people on the go, lighting up the road, carrying hard and bubbly smile, lifting up the load. Sweet and helpful, got that cheer, every friend all year, with a spark and endless laughs, always bringing near. Yeah, then shoulders show, sailing wide, oceans calling true. Travel far and stroll, travel far, discover more, seas that sparkle blue. Cruising waves, a breeze in hair, trail without a map. Mom and family side by side, take another lap. Oh, my land, take us home where the wild winds blow. From Canada to distant shores, with love will always go. Oh, my land, light the night, guide us with your flame. With your spirit, we are free, never be the same. Family ties that never break, love that leads the way. In your arms we find the strength, rocking every day. Smiles that shine on rainy days, through the fog and mist. In your warmth, our hearts are held. Feel that gentle kiss. Oh, like the land, take us home where the wild winds blow. From Canada to distant shores, with love will always go. Oh, like the land, light the night, guide us with your flame. With your spirit, we are free, never be the same. Mountains high and valleys low, through it all you stand. Anchor strong in stormy seas, steady as the land. Memory of every trip, laughter on the breeze. With you, life's an endless ride, always here to please.
Yeah. Welcome in, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Get rid of that. Not over there. There we go. Oh, we had Joe popping in earlier. We'll drop by post chiropractor appointment. Oh, I could use one of those. Sleep crooked after a while and you wake up and it's like, oh, this hurts and that hurts and whatever. Oops. Oh, where'd it go? There you go. There you go. Here's my comments. I lost them. I'll see you down there. I'll bring you up in a moment. So, the title of this one is Why Am I an Ally? We all know this is Pride Month. I just want to say, why am I an ally? 3 years ago, I did a live stream on pride and diversity, and I will link it in the description afterwards. I just want to say this is a positive, respectful, safe place. You're entitled to your opinions. Everyone is welcome here, and we want to keep things respectful in this chat. Hi, Bruce. Welcome in. Drive safe. Pride is more than a celebration, it's a declaration. But what is an ally? An ally is someone who supports and educates themselves and speaks out or advocates for somebody or something. My experience as being an ally really began back in 2012. Beginning the end of August, beginning of September, in 2012, in our community, we had 9 youth or teens in 9 months take their own lives. Of those 9, personally, I knew 2 of them. 2 more went to my kids' school, and another was a friend of one of their friends. Now, I don't know their stories or their reasons, but after someone else closer to me disclosed thoughts of harming themselves in a 3-hour conversation, I decided I wanted to be there for the youth in my life, my kids' friends included. And there was always friends over, and there were many interesting conversations, especially around mental health. Among their friends and our LARC community, I've had many interactions with young people of the LGBTQ plus community, and I know I shorten it, but I don't want to try to rhyme off the whole list and miss anybody, so I'll say LGBTQ plus. I've listened to their fears, concerns, feelings, or some have come out to me. If there's something I don't understand, I educate myself, do some research, ask questions of them. They're if they trust you, they're willing to share. What are their pronouns? Do they have another name they prefer? And if they tell you that, don't go back and use their dead name, because that's kind of offensive. Doing some research, I found a Facebook page that I love. It's called Stand in Pride, and it's kind of an organization in the States. I think there is a branch in Canada. They're advocates, allies that will actually stand in for family members at events, weddings, graduations, etc., for those whose families who abandoned them. And that makes me sad. That you would cut a relationship with your child because they aren't what you would consider normal. I have friends and family members, and friends in the YouTube community, in the LARP community, in town. They're members of the LGBT community, and I will be there for every one of them. I'll stand up for every one of them. And are you ready? I'll bring you up. Come on, get up there. Hello.
Hello.
I also did a video I made. I don't know when I made, probably a couple of years ago. A little challenge thing, or a little video. I don't know. I'll play it, but see if I can get it to come up. I don't know if I played it the last time or not, but let's see. Now let's see if we get it. Let's see if we can get it come up better than that. Come on.
In the storm, still cry. Raise your colors to the sky. No fear, no shame in your stride. We are the fire that never hides. Rise and shine, let the world know. We are the love that will only grow. Hands held high, we'll stand as one. Under the same unyielding voice, every heart beats true. A tapestry of me and you. Different paths, but the same flame inside. Together we light the darkest night. Rise and shine, let the world know.
Can anybody name what they might think that LGBTQ plus flag is?
What flag is that?
There are many flags in that community.
Is that the binary or trans?
She's trans. She says trans.
We are the love that will only grow. Hands held high, we'll stand as one.
Yeah.
Under the same.
How about this one? This can be kind of an all-encompassing one. I seen a real cool flag a friend of mine made. I wanted to get her make me one, but she did it in patchwork. That looked really cool. It pretty much encompasses them all. When I did it, I kind of generalized, so excuse me, but
Unyielding sun. No walls, no chains can.
I made this a couple years ago, so
Yeah, I think this is the first time I've seen it.
it says no idea. Well, it starts with NO.
NO? Non. I don't know.
You're on the right track. Non
Non-binary?
Us down, we'll
Non.
gray into golden ground.
non-binary.
Equality song will echo wide. Pride and love.
I'll be glad when this weather straightens out because my allergies are still.
Side by side. Rise and shine, let the world know. We are the love that will only grow.
Gender fluid?
That last one was gender fluid. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know all the definitions. Even though it's in my family, I don't know them all.
When I stop and look at a lot of them, going through the friends, the family stuff, I know people just about under every category in that community.
Hands held high, we'll stand as one. Under the same unyielding sun.
Well, this one, it's kind of not in the
What is that?
polyamorous. So and it's not kind of not in there.
I don't
But
know what that one.
I do know. I'll go through the ones I've had on there. I'll go through the meanings. Hey, Scott. I seen Scotty was in there. Joe was in early. Bruce is driving and listening. This one's a little different too. I've heard it in among some of the kids of the LARP community, but I go back here.
No chains can hold us down. We'll paint the gray into golden ground.
Pansexual. Oops, wrong one. Now this is an interesting one.
That reminds me of my goddaughter. She's got a husband, but she's also got a girlfriend.
No, actually, what this one is? This is me.
That's what?
This is me.
That's you?
Great ally.
Well, that would be me too then.
I made that a couple of years ago. I was still in my Canva things. I was like, oh, because we see the one with the rainbow of colors, and we see the one that's maybe the rainbow of colors. The new one has the triangle and with all the other stuff in there, which is that's where I seen the flag that was made out of patchwork. And I'm going to contact the lady I used to babysit for her little girl. They used to be down here, but they moved and got a house. But she made this beautiful flag. It was probably not much bigger than like a placemat would be, but each color was done in patchwork of different shades and stuff, and it was really cool. So I gotta find out from her how much she would charge for that. So under the flags I had on there, transgender is one or those who have a gender identity that differs from that assigned at birth. I put gay on there, but it's kind of gay, lesbian, and it kind of all encompasses it. Person who experiences a romantic or sexual attraction to people of the opposite, or the same gender, not the opposite, same gender. Non-binary is a term for gender identities that fall outside the male-female binary. They may feel gender as a bit of both, a different gender, or they may feel no gender at all. And quite a few of them you'll see that go by different pronouns, or they will change their names to have a name that's not really male or female. Gender fluid is an identity that is not fixed and kind of shifts over time, and then they could feel more male or masculine, and then they could go to female. They could feel like a bit of both. Polyamorous, which I had it in there, but it's kind of a thing to itself, is engaging in romantic or sexual relationships with multiple people concurrently. And I can say I know of two, I'll call them thruples. They're three people in each. In the one is a guy, two girls, and each of those girls have had a child by him. One had a little baby girl. One had a little baby boy. They're they're a nice family. I love those guys. Pansexual, they're attracted to people of any gender, regardless of gender. They just love everybody. And then your bisexuals are attracted to both genders. And there's probably some in there I missed. Because there's a different spaces on the rainbow. People fall in different spaces on that rainbow. And they can be whoever they want to be. But I don't care where they fall. They're still people. Doesn't matter their orientation, doesn't matter their religion, it doesn't matter their race. Love them all, respect them all. And I'm going to leave it at that. One love.
Mm-hmm.
I should have taken the shirt on last cruise. I got it at the store here. My Bob Marley shirt. I didn't take it. I see all kinds of Bob Marley stuff. I even got a picture of the guy the Bob Marley had on in Grand Cayman. So coming up for the rest of this month, next week, I'm going to lace up again. Going on that lace up challenge, and I'm going to reveal what the challenge is going to be for the summer. So you have to wait and see on that one. But I'm going to be looking for some support in that challenge. But you're going to have to wait and see. So we'll go for a walk for part of it, and I'll come back and go on the computer and show you guys the rest of what the challenge will do and how you can help me out. And then the week after that, we're going to do some famous fathers trivia because we'll be coming up to Father's Day. And then the one before Canada Day will be where the Canuck are we? Or it could be where the Canuck are we going? Maybe somewhere we're going to go. Can't tell you. It's going to be a surprise. I got lots of things coming up. I got to get some more information on Saturday before I can share more information out. And I got some other couple things I have to work on. And I'll start hopefully on that tomorrow. That I'll be able to reveal some more information of something that will be coming up in 2028. But I have to put things in place first, and I have to get a little bit more information. Well, that'll be exciting for. That's that. So how are you doing, Roxy? You getting excited?
Oh, yeah, I'm getting excited because I won't be here next week or the next week or the next week.
You'll be leaving.
I know, I'll be gone 2.5 weeks.
You'll be leaving on a jet plane.
Yes. Yep.
That's exciting.
Yep, I went through my suitcase today. I've had my suitcase started for the last month, but I went through, got 14 outfits for 2.5 weeks. And and when we get to Disney and Paris, they can wash your clothes. So I'm just gonna have them wash my clothes.
Yeah, that's what they.
It cost me a little bit, but I'm gonna do it.
I was just thinking too, like going on the cruises, and they always overpack. And I know Liz did a one on a one Carnival cruise that they went on. What to see how much they could put in the laundry bag,
Yeah.
And then they showed the certain things that cost this much to wash a shirt. And I know when we were on, and we'll finally be doing laundry next month on a cruise. Yeah, on your Alaska cruise. Yeah, and I went through almost all my clothes on the Encore. There's maybe a couple things I didn't wear. No, so okay, I just got a couple more days or something that I only wore for an hour. I was like, yep, it doesn't smell. Okay, I can wear this again. It's clean, clean enough. But we ended up doing laundry and took clean laundry back home. I had one outfit that I had that was dirty, and the rest of my stuff was all clean. So I got home, I just packed it away or put it away, and it was kind of nice. I used to sweating and changing outfits a lot in the summer, so hopefully it doesn't rain too much in Alaska. I hope not. July is supposedly a good month for Alaska too. July's a good month anywhere, but yeah, I noticed that going to Florida and then going on the cruise, it's like it's hot up here, and we have some humidity, but it's not the humidity that when I got off the plane in Florida the first time, or for the first cruise in Miami, and walked out, and it was like getting hit with a hot, wet blanket. I was like, whoa. Chris will be wearing shorts in Alaska. Might want to take maybe one pair of pants.
Well, let's say that it gets up in the high 80s in July in Alaska. So maybe they'll be lucky and have all 80 days.
Well, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Well, today was 29 Celsius right now, so it's like about 84 Fahrenheit. Got finally warm today again. Better not be in the 80s. Well, how about mid 70s? Mid to high 70s? Now, 70 to 80 I'm good with. Maybe 82, 84 at the most. I don't need the 90s and 100s. There's no way I could last in, even if it's a dry heat in Arizona. No, thank you. I don't want 100, 110.
Nope. I was watching Ben and David on their Alaska cruise. They were on one of the first ships that when the ports opened again in Alaska. And it was 30-something degrees, and I'm going, no, thank you.
It was perfect today. Like, if you were out of the wind, it was hot in the sun, but there was just a nice breeze, not the windy breeze I had on the weekend. We'll get back to that in a minute. But it was just a nice enough breeze to, you weren't sweating, and there was just a nice enough breeze to make you feel like you're cooler. I did some running around with my aunt this morning. Last weekend, and I've put up a few shorts already. Last weekend, V and Steve came down on Saturday, and we went to Poutine Fest. Now and there was a bunch of different kinds of poutine. Steve had a jerk chicken. We had a corn dog one and a schnitzel one, and then she got a dill pickle one, but they had changed it. It was not like the one she had before. I had a classic, and I had a Philly cheesesteak one.
Mm.
Philly cheesesteak one was pretty good, but they squirted. It was like a regular poutine, and then they just put the onions and peppers and steak mixture on top of it, and then he squirted barbecue sauce on top. Now, I would have been okay with a little bit of barbecue sauce, but it was just kind of a little bit too much barbecue sauce.
That doesn't sound like what it would be good. You would think with the gravy, you wouldn't want the barbecue sauce.
I know a lot of people that will have fries and gravy and then put ketchup on top, and that's like, I don't want I would want plain fries and ketchup, or plain fries and salt and vinegar, or fries with gravy and poutine or cheese curds. I don't want it all mixed together. um, the schnitzel one and the corn dog one, it was just like a regular poutine, and they just sliced up schnitzel, threw it on top. Sliced up a corn dog, threw it on top. It's like, okay. Last time she got a dill pickle one. Last year, she's had it a couple times. Last year, even in London, it was like a poutine, but instead of having the gravy, or not too much gravy, it had the cheese curds, and then it had chopped up pickle and like a dill sauce on top. This time, they just did a regular poutine, and they took a few deep fried pickles and plopped them on top. And I was like, what the heck? Let's just do a regular poutine, and we'll just go through whatever on top. But let's see, Wednesday last week, I'd gone with my aunt's friend to one of the chip trucks up under the bridge, and I had a poutine there. But they had used mozzarella cheese curds. It was okay. Gravy was a little salty. Thursday night, I made the poutine here, and I had leftovers of that on Friday night, and then on Saturday, I had the poutine at Poutine Fest. Comparing them all together, I have to say I like mine better. That packaged gravy I made, it was just perfect. It wasn't too salty. Wasn't enough to melt the cheese curds. I would do that again. But we'll still go and continue going to Poutine Fest because it's a tradition now. We've done it 4 years in a row. And there's a guy there that he'll go work the different booths to give him a break. But they have a booth, they play music, and that's why I didn't do a lot of video and I didn't go live because the music was loud. And they had a bunch of merch there you could buy. But he wanders around the microphone, and he'd come over and he was chit-chatting with us. Last year he gave V and I both like a little poker chip thing to get a free poutine. He only gave V one this year, but oh well. Yeah, the stuff had gone up in price. A classic poutine was like $11.50, but a lot of the other stuff started like $16, $17 and up. It had gone up in price. And instead of buying two of that, because the boxes were about 6 inches by about 4 inches by about 3 inches deep. There's no way I'm paying $17 for that and then pay another $17 for another one. B and I both got a sampler, and samplers in total were about 24. Hey, Cam Fam, welcome in. How you doing?
Hey, Cam Fam. Yeah, even festivals around the U.S. have gone up in their prices when you got to get their food. It's like, I can go down the street at the restaurant and get it cheaper, but...
Well, considering I made 2 meals of poutine, I paid $5 something for the frozen fries. I paid $6 something for the cheese curds, which are the cheese curds to get, say St. Albert or St. Albert cheese curds from Quebec. And then the packages of the gravy mix that I picked up at the dollar store, they were 2 for $1.50. So for less than the price of one poutine, I got 2 meals. So it was like, okay. But I probably won't have poutine again until next year. It's okay to have once in a while. It's not something I want to make a regular meal out of. My favorite is just going up, not to the chip truck, but go to the it's a storefront now, because it used to be a chip truck once upon a time, but they didn't get their the 1 year, probably go back about 20 years ago, they decided, we're going to limit it to 3 chip trucks or food trucks under the bridge, and if you didn't get lucky enough to do that, then it was like a lottery. Oh, sorry, you can't go under the bridge this year. So They played smart. Not even a block away. They have a big storefront, and they also have an ice cream thing attached to it now. And a lot of people just go there and they'll get their prize, and they have a whole list of the whole menu thing. There, I have a video back probably about 4 years ago of Albert's original Albert's now I think it's called. It used to be Albert's Rolling Lunch, but it's original Albert's. You can get anything you can imagine, and you can get a small plate, you can get a big plate, you can get a box. I don't remember when a box was No, I remember a box was like $3.50, $4. One great big box. Now it's like $10 or $11. That poutine is delicious if done right.
Mm-hmm.
I've had enough poutine for now. But that was last weekend. This weekend, everything's crazy expensive. The small plate, I think, is $4.75 or something. Large plate is around $7, and I remember the small plate was like $1.25, and the large was like $2.50, and then you got your box for $3.50 or $4. They got hot dogs, they got corn dogs, they got deep fried mushrooms, they have poutine, they have a dilly, whatever, I forget what it is, which has got it's almost like a dill pickle poutine. They got burgers, popcorn chicken. I got a picture of the menus on that video I did a few years back. Probably something to do with French fries or whatever. But going and cleaning from my aunt's friend, it's become a kind of regular thing. She picks me up at 10:30. I go over, I do a bunch of stuff. Okay, she goes, it's time for lunch, and then we go up to get the fridge and get fries.
Sounds good.
Everything's crazy expensive. Now, I bought the romaine hearts, very small romaine things. 3 of them was $3 something. I'd like to get the bigger ones, but they start at like $7 for 4 or 5 romaine lettuce. I'm like, no, just go for romaine hearts. There's girls to Buffalo Wild Wings that can't be endless. We don't have Buffalo Wild Wings, but we do have a wing place uptown. Used to be the place there where they have the wing places. Used to be the best Chinese food in town downstairs at that hotel, but a lot of our Chinese food is gone. My youngest went out for Chinese on Sunday. Took his dad out because his dad's birthday was on Saturday. $12.99, and we had appetizers.
8 appetizers.
Yep.
That's not a bad deal. That's actually a pretty good deal.
Can't even go to McDonald's cheap anymore.
No, a Happy Meal. Used to get a Happy Meal for like $2.50. Now a Happy Meal is like $7 something or $8 something.
I remember when I was pregnant for my oldest, it was like $3.25. Because I remember being $3.25 because I could pick up a meal, and when I was very pregnant with my oldest, it was like to get a bigger burger was just too much, so a Happy Meal was just the perfect size. But not anymore, and I don't need all the extras they throw in there. I don't need. Burger King had the best kids meal. Burger King had the best chicken. Whatever they were. Chicken strips, chicken, whatever. But yeah. I'll eat McDonald's chicken nuggets, but they're not. Just in an Olive Garden, it's very, very small and great portions. Now, the closest Olive Garden to me, there's one across the border, about 10 minutes, and the other one's an hour away in London. $3.99 burgers, fries, apples, sauce, juice, and ice cream.
Now, when you're at Poutine Fest, do they have people selling desserts?
They had an ice cream place. They had another place that had candy floss. I didn't go around to all those and I didn't really video. I did a video on the chip trucks, and then I kind of went, and there's a bunch of other activities. We had one of our local stores had some snacky stuff there too. Olive Garden isn't bad. Create your own pasta. Maybe, I don't know, maybe when I'm over pet sitting the end of July, beginning of August, maybe I'll try it out. I haven't gone to too many restaurants over there. What is it? The Texas Steakhouse? Texas
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. That. I've been there. That was pretty good. Denny's over there sucks.
Yeah, I don't care for our Denny's.
Denny's in London, from what I've heard, is great. The Denny's I had over, I thought, oh, Denny's, okay, that'd be great. We go for breakfast. So me and Steve and I went there we were going somewhere, and it was like, they show pictures hash browns being this cubed up stuff. When they brought hash browns, it was grated stuff on a plate, and it was soggy. I was like, that's not appetizing. The eggs weren't appetizing. I was like, ugh. Had salad and breadstick for lunch today. Leftovers. I bought salad today. Crazy how everything is good. Yep. You can go to any restaurant and you catch them on a good day, it's fabulous. You can catch them on another day, and it's, yeah. I know we had a Chinese buffet that I really liked. And if you went when it was busy, food was great because they had turnover fresh all the time. You went when it was slow, stuff sat on the buffet for a while. So I always tried to go when it was going to be busy. And I know some people didn't want to go there because they didn't like the decor and things looked a little worn. I'm not there for the ambiance. I'm there for the food. But now it's an Indian restaurant that switched over COVID. Getting very limited on Chinese food around here. The one my son went to the other day, there's a Victory buffet. My aunt and my cousin took me there last year for my birthday. Some of it was all right. The other stuff was like tasteless and greasy. There's one my aunt and her friend like to get takeout from. The Dragon Palace.
Yep. Go ahead.
You get one like those foil takeout containers that are about this big around and maybe that deep, and you can get rice or noodles and two or three other things in there. What they considered a plate if you were eating in. You can get that, and it's full for takeout for $9. I've kind of been craving that lately. They don't open until 4:30 in the afternoon for takeout, but maybe one of these times I can convince her friend and say, so going for lunch, can we start later in the day and go grab dinner? It'd probably be cheaper than going for fries.
Probably would. But some of the restaurants, Chinese restaurants you go to, it's all you can eat. But you get to the dessert, and I went in mine. And then the next week, my brother came, and he wanted to go to his. And all the desserts and the food looked just like their last restaurant. So I said, I wonder, do they get it all in pre-cooked and just warm it up? But all the desserts were the exact same thing. So they have the same dessert company delivered every restaurant.
I was like looking at Liz's comment there on Dunkin' Donuts. Tim Hortons is the same way. you can go one time and the coffee's pretty decent and the food's okay. And another time I went when I went down to pick my cousin up and on Good Friday. And I thought, well, it's kind of cold, so instead of getting an ice cap, I'll get a French vanilla cappuccino. Well, not until I drove away did I taste it, and it tastes like burnt coffee. And I was risky. I got a little 10-pack of Timbits, which are little donut holes, and about half of them taste like they've been there since the morning. They were dry and tasteless. And even my son brought some home the one day not too long ago. And there were some new flavors out. It was like, I tried some different ones and they all tasted the same. I'm like, but I know a lot of their baked goods come already frozen and all they have to do is take them out of the freezer and put them in the oven and bake them. It's like, it's a prepackaged thing all over again. I don't know. I'll stick to an ice cap. I have to go down. No, it's the 13th. Week from Saturday. I have to take her back to the airport. She flies out. And she'll be back. I think it's like the 25th of July. She's only gone for 6 weeks. And then her stepdaughter's wedding in Tennessee. August 1st, I think it is. I'm not sure where in Tennessee, but that's when I'll be pet sitting. I'll get some video with Jasper.
Yeah.
I gotta remember to. Where did I put that? I'm gonna take Callie's old umbilical leash with me. Trying to think where I put it. I put it somewhere where I know where it is. I better start looking. Well, I got a month and a bit. Because he likes to pull. And he's about the size of Callie now. So I thought they have they're right beside a Meijer and a Walmart, and behind the Meijer is a great big like park, and there's a lake or pond in the middle, and there's a walking trail around that. So that get out there walking. I have to do that as part of my walking challenge, which I'll tell you guys all about next week. Just got to get a couple of details figured out this weekend, and then I'll set up something for the summer for a walking challenge.
All right.
Oh no. Unclogged sink. You have a great night too. Hope you get it unclogged real quick. Yeah, I'm just going to go for another 10 minutes and then we're going to wrap it up. Long day. I had my alarm set for 7 o'clock this morning. I woke up at 5:45 and couldn't get back to sleep. The same yesterday. Had the alarm set for 8:30. I woke up at 7.
I've had those days.
I ran some errands with my aunt, came back, had a snack, sat down, was watching a video, and I started to do the head bob. I think I was out for maybe 10 minutes because I was watching a video and I woke up the same video, so I couldn't have been out too long. I was like, nope, gotta stay awake, If I had laid down for a nap, I would probably said, I'm canceling this live today. So nope, keep going, get through the live. Is Scott? I think Scott's got a live tonight too.
Yeah, I think he's got his Thursday.
Thursday on the Thursday instead of the Friday. I thought it was something like a cheese trivia or something. I can't remember. I don't remember.
I don't know what he's talking about tonight.
I thought I'd seen it when I was scanning through stuff, but I don't remember. So
Yeah, I don't either.
I just got to figure out a famous Father's one for the Thursday before Father's Day. I'm playing around with AI. Is like, okay, help me come up with a thumbnail for this one, and it keeps putting me in my same flower dress I wore on the cruise, and I'm like, okay, can you take the flowers off the dress so at least it'll. I need to get some more good pictures of myself. But not right now because these allergies are kicking my hiney.
Yeah, I've had upper respiratory all week.
I've been rubbing my eyes so much the skin's dry and my eyes are. I switched. I had Claritin allergy pills. I bought some React and see if that does any different. But eye drops in and we'll see. This weather sticks around. Pollen settles down. Of course, it's been windy too, so that doesn't help. It's blowing the pollen all over the place.
We've had, not this week, but last week and the week before, we had a lot of rain. And so the pollen calmed down, but now it's picking up again.
And we haven't had rain for a couple of weeks, and we're supposed to get. Like it got hot today, and then it's like it's supposed to be hot tomorrow. But I think we're supposed to get thunderstorms Friday and Saturday. If I remember right when I looked at it this morning. Come on! I accidentally took the one weather station off here. Now this one takes forever to come up.
I don't know what it's supposed to do for us this week. Tomorrow,
going in the 70s.
What's the weather for tomorrow?
Get down to
tomorrow's forecast.
83, lower 57.
Yeah, back up to the 80s tomorrow afternoon with a 40% chance of rain. Well, you say 40% there, and then on the 14-day forecast, you say it's a 90% chance on Friday and a 80% chance on Saturday. And Sunday and Monday are 70s to 70s, and then we get back up to the 80s again next Tuesday, and it rains again.
Well, next Tuesday and Wednesday looks like it's cloudy with a chance of rain. But then Thursday, it's going to be 87, fully sunny, no clouds. But I need to look up what it's going to be like in Amsterdam.
Well, we need rain. I know there's, I think probably fire bans going on because the show was showing it's really dry, and I know there's already some brush fires out in Manitoba outside Winnipeg, which where my niece lives and where my cousin will be flying from London to Winnipeg next Saturday. She stays overnight in Winnipeg, so she's hoping to meet up with her daughter, and then from Winnipeg to wherever. I don't remember the name of the place she was going. They changed it on her, so I don't know. Somewhere up there, way up there, and none of it.
Yeah, but in Georgia, we cannot burn out. We can't burn outside from Memorial Day to Labor Day. And so you can still cook outside, but you can't burn your leaves, your trash, or whatever. But you also have to have a permit. You just call the 911, say it's not an emergency, and they'll give you a permit number. But you can't do it now. I can't burn anything until September.
When we lived in the house, we had a little fire pit. It was my son had built up a ring of bricks, like those bricks you use for edging. And then I had a fire bowl thing, and I just sat it in the top. I had a little thing that sat on top. We used to have fires occasionally, but even like we didn't have a fire ban, but there was regulations that you can only do this. You have to have a water source there, whatever. But
yeah,
when I posted that short last week or the week before, one of the neighbors on the other end there had one of those little chimney thing. They're kind of a round thing with a little for making little fires in. If you want a little outdoor fire. It smoked a bit, and one of the neighbors called the fire department. So all those fire trucks out there, because the neighbor had called, because there's a little black smoke. I could see here over the top of her place. Didn't see any smoke coming up, so I don't. Weird neighbors. But, oh well, I don't have anything out here. The one I used to babysit, her parents at one point had a little firebolt thing. But now they have a huge, or not a huge house, they have a huge yard. They got a little pool sitting in it. They got a little fire pit. So kind of a miss from having the space to have you could make roast hot dogs, or you could roast marshmallows, or we had a little pie maker. You could do stuff like that over the fire. But my barbecue, I have to get new grates for again. Although I'd really like to get a small Blackstone. I meant to look at see if they had any replacement grates at Walmart today, and I didn't get that far because they're changing our Walmart around majorly. Not just moving this over here and this over here. Like, that used to drive me crazy if they moved the cookies from here over to that aisle. And no, we're taking the pharmacy, and the pharmacy's no longer here. It's up at the front now. And the dog food's over where the toys used to be, and the toys, I have no idea where they are now. So far, the grocery department sort of, they've moved the cheese and the yogurt was over here, and then the eggs and the milk somewhere else, but it's all in the general vicinity right now. My aunt said somebody said they were trying to make it more like the setup of the American Walmarts, and I'm like, I have a hard time American Walmart's finding anything. But at least when Walmart went up in over where my cousin lives, it's like, okay, walk in, all the grocery stuff is here. But it's like, well, I'm used to having pharmacy here now. It's way over there.
You walk into ours, and the first thing you see is you walk in the door. They have a little, I call it a cubby hole, but it's a barber shop is set up there. It used to be a beauty shop. Then you get the registers on the other side, but then they always have, some of the Walmarts have a bank, or have the eyeglass place, and that's right as you walk in the door down that aisle. But right around the corner is where our pharmacy is, as you walk in the door past the beauty barbershop guy. Yeah. Then the groceries are on the other side. That's the way ours is set up.
Okay, one Walmart I went into in the States, ours has two entrances. And
yeah, ours has two.
The one Walmart I went to in the States, the far right entrance, the pharmacy is over there. It's over here, right near the front.
Yeah, right. That's where ours is.
Ours is at the far left entrance. The vision things, as you're coming in, it's right there, and now it's the pharmacy's around the corner there.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out where everything was because some of the stuff my aunt got was on the back of the pharmacy. It was like, yeah, I don't even know, because along by where the feminine hygiene stuff was. So because that's all moved. I was like, it's probably over there somewhere in the shampoo and soaps and I don't know. I'll have to go over some day and start looking around, but I had food in the car, in her car, and didn't want to leave it out too long in the heat. So, oh well. I still got to figure out what I'm gonna have for supper. Trevor's making mac and cheese, and I don't have any gluten-free macaroni. So I forgot to look for that in Walmart because I was too busy trying to find other things. Couldn't find my gluten-free cookies. Couldn't find a couple other things. Had to walk up and down aisles because they move things around, but that's when they drive me crazy.
I know. You go in there you go in there for this one certain thing, you find everything but what you came in there for.
And then one freezer thing, the gluten-free bread used to be here. Nope, they moved it up that way, and then we're down in different aisles. You're doing this just to make people wander around. So they'll buy more things, see more things, and buy more things. But, oh well.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's 8 p.m., guys. Have a good night. 9 p.m., go over to Controversial Cruising and watch his Thirsty Thursday trivia. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.